Van Gaal criticized his team's performance in the after game press. He pointed out that the team was lucky to win this game. Well, his criticism is not really correct because the team performance is not too bad, though they didn't do what he expected in the beginning of the game. On the other hand, Burnley did a fantastic job, put out a really great show and good performance. Though they kind of lose the game in the end, but they dominated Manchester United in the first half. Let's look at the lineup of both teams. Both of the starting lineups are expected. There's no surprise on the Burnley side, which is one of the most constant starting lineup in the league. On the other hand, on Manchester United's side, Rooney is on the right wing, Demaria on the midfield, and Januzaj on the left wing. Blind play as a single defensive midfielder. I will analyze their movement in detail later. In general, both teams have their key players in this game. Both teams scored a total of 3-pointers in this first half. However, Manchester was leading 2-1 by the end of the half. But the performance, you have to say, it was the worst for the Manchester United of this season. They were pretty much suppressed in the first half, and well, let's just take a look at what happened and why. We will talk about the Manchester United first goal later. First, we analyze how Manchester United moved the ball in the offensive side. In the MU starting lineup photo above, we can see that Demaria was initially assigned as an advanced midfielder, different from what was assigned at the beginning. Demaria moved to the left, Januzaj moved to the right, and Rooney play in mid, and Van Gaal expected Rooney to play as a winger, but in fact Rooney is not a typical winger, therefore he can control the ball, but he cannot really dribble it forward. At the 12th minute, Rooney received the ball in the right wing, which was the first and the last time he tried to make a move on the left wing. Rooney has no attempt or effort to dribble forward, but quickly passes the ball backward. At the same time, Demaria moved to the left since first minute. Demaria showed up in the left wing at the beginning and stayed there in the first half. Januzaj, however, did not move to the right wing at the same time, so we can see this following situation in a couple minutes in Manchester United's offense. Three people are waiting for the ball in front: Januzaj, Van Persie, and Falcao. Literally, three forward were on the press. Van Gaal indicated that Rooney can be a good midfielder. In fact, he proved that he can be a decent midfielder. His play style was close to his predecessor Paul Scholes, and let us take a look at how he was shining. In the 19th minute, Rooney received the ball and no Burnley player can give him any pressure at that time. He saw Demaria was waving his hand and stating that no one is marking him. Rooney dribble a bit and make a long pass and find Demaria. In this example, Rooney showed his great vision and offensive awareness as an experienced soccer player. As a midfielder, he still needs to get familiar with his teammate movement. Demaria was planning to dribble forward and Rooney's pass landed right on Demaria rather than in front of Demaria, and Demaria barely controlled the ball. If the ball located as the following place. If the ball landed in the black circle, Demaria could quickly dribble forward and earn a good chance to make a cross. Van Persie has been moving forward and was likely to get a good shot for an area. Also makes several pay as a box-to-box player as stated above. This is why I consider him only as a decent midfielder but not anything better. That can be ascribed to the fact that he still convinced himself as an advanced forward somehow subconsciously. Let us take a look at what he did in the first half. In 26 minutes after Demaria retained the ball after the free kick, at this moment, obviously Demaria would make a cross into the box under no pressure from the opponent player. Four MU players were waiting in the box already, which were more than enough. Rooney, however, was moving forward instead of taking care of the large empty space circle in orange. This is one of the major reasons why Manchester United cannot obtain the possession in the first half. They were rarely in the right position to stop the counterattack of opponent team in the front court after losing the ball. Counterattack of the Burnley after Di Maria failed to make a cross in the offense above. Burnley only used 4 passes to move the ball to the MU box. Burnley focused on their right wing. Most of their players started from Boy, the right winger on the Burnley side. In the beginning of the game, he switched his position with Kitely and moved to the left. Boy showed his fast speed in this half. Rojo did not find any solution to stop his pressing. Let us take a look at the first goal by Burnley. In 11 minutes, Burnley regained the possession after Rojo cleared the ball. Rojo's defensive position was way too passive. He was too much worried about if Burnley player would cut off, so he did not press the ball holder. This lack of effort allowed Trippier to have enough space to make a cross. How could Ings receive the cross and score so easily? Let us take a look at what Smalling and Ings were doing when Trippier created the space to make this great cross. Smalling was completely losing his focus on Ings and thinking about whether Trippier was able to make a cross, and Ings definitely knew what would happen in the next second and dashed forward. It was too late for Smalling to make any movement to stop the first attempt that Burnley explored the right wing in this game. Before the goal, they concentrated on pressing the left wing with Kitely. Rojo was the weakness of the team in the game. His defense was the same as his offense, especially in the first half. Bad. He made several passing mistakes which caused dangerous counterattack, except that he made several passing mistakes. His clearance attempts rarely cleared defensive pressure. His clearance was always landed back to the opposition in a short distance away from his position. Also, Rojo was famous for his ability to dash as a winger, but in this half he could not make any offense movement because Di Maria and Januzaj were playing his usual area already. Assigned as a single defensive midfielder, seemed out of stamina this whole game. He stayed quite deep and almost moved as another central defender. And as we stated above, Rooney always moved forward and left a large empty space behind. Blind's major job was to shut down all the empty space, but he did not cover this space, but rather played passively as a defensive midfielder. Let's take a look at this instance. Blind circle in red was quite separated from Rooney. If the ball was intercepted in this situation, player on Burnley's side would have a big space to organize their counter. Also, MU could not press the ball holder and regain the possession. This is the major reason why MU could not gain possession in the first half. Gaal found these problems in the team performance, so he made several adjustments that somehow stopped the decline of the team. Before we talk about this adjustment, we need to take a look at the set piece performance in both teams. Do not forget that MU scored with 2 brilliant scores because of these smart set piece performance. Let's take a look at the first goal of MU. Gaal preferred to send 2 or 3 players next to the goalkeeper as shown above. One player would be standing wide and getting ready to move forward. One of the 2 players standing next to the goalkeeper, in this case he was Van Persie, would quickly move to the right, and the other would try to draw the attention of the defensive side and create a space for him to control the ball. Do not forget that the player circle in red, Falcao, started to move forward. Van Persie passed the ball to Falcao with his heading, and we can see that the defensive line of Burnley was staying around the goal and left the space for Smalling to jump. In the end, Smalling scored. See, the set piece offense was well organized, so we can see that they must put some effort in the set piece offense during their training. Now let us talk about the adjustment Van Gaal made in the second half. First, Rooney was not allowed to move forward and required to stay deep. And second, Di Maria moved to the right wing and Januzaj stayed in the left wing, therefore Rojo got the space to move forward. Third, Herrera, substitute blind at the 42nd minute, was allowed to move forward and participate in the offense. In the first half, the MU was almost abandoned because Rooney moved to the mid. After the change, Mario could make play on this side. In 64th minute, Di Maria successfully made a breakthrough in the right wing. Rooney's position, he became a deep lying player in the second half and allowed Herrera to move forward. Also, Rooney's defense was underestimated. In fact, he had Di Maria made a great effort in the defensive side. Herrera likes to make risky plays, so if he makes any mistake in the front area, he will not cause any fatal situation for the team. Herrera likes to make risky passes, so if he makes any, also he could consistently press in front and gain the possession for the team. In place right now, they're a good team, and there's a good chance they're going to avoid relegation. On the other hand, for Manchester United, if they want to consider keep using Rooney as a central midfielder, they should consider replacing Herrera with Blind's position. Also, they should never leave Rojo in any one-on-one takes by any chance.